caressing hum of the bathroom light, tracing the lines that didn't used to be there tonight. I've been neglecting the man staring back at me while I was busy chasing a ghost that I couldn't see. I let the eyes get tired and the smile grow thin, trying to be a home for a love that wouldn't let me in. I've been a stranger to my own reflection for a year, drowning out my own heart just so I could hear you clear. Glass is cold and spotted with a little bit of dust, just like the forever that turned into not us. I've been feeding you lies about how we're doing fine, while I was slowly losing the light that made you mine. I pushed you to the edge of a cliff you didn't choose, all for a game that I was always gonna lose. I'm looking at the damage, the hollow and I'm shaking for the first time in a decade. I'm finally gonna speak and I'm saying apologies to the mirror today, for all the times I looked at you and turned my head away. I'm sorry for the sleepless nights I made you endure, and for believing that her love tired of holding the weight of a kitchen that's quiet and a bed with one sheet and a love that we realized too late. The wallpaper's peeling, showing the end of the laughter that turned into dust. I'm washing the windows with nothing but tears, and the hinges are locking with rust. Oh, the bones of this house are starting to show. The skeleton's cold since you had to go. Every beam is a memory, every wall is a scar. I'm living in the middle of who we are and who we are. It's a beautiful ruin, a hollowed out frame. Even the wood seems to whisper your name. Yeah, the rules are still holding, but the spirit is gone. In the bones of this house, I'm just barely hanging on. Found a stray earring deep in the hall, and a height mark we drew for the dog. Now the shadows are stretching and climbing the wall in a thick, suffocating fog. They say that a home is where the heart used to beat, but mine stopped a long time ago. Now I'm just a tenant on a dead-end street with nowhere left for me to go. Cause the bones of this house are starting to show. The skeleton's cold since you had to go. Every beat is a memory, every wall is a scar. I'm living in the middle of who we are and who we are. It's a beautiful ruin, a hollowed out frame. Even the one seems to whisper your name. Yeah, the roof is still holding, but the spirit is gone. In the bones of this house, I'm just barely hanging on. We built it on sand when we thought it was stone. Now I'm king of the castle, splinters alone. If I burn it all down, the smoke reach your door, or would I just be standing on a charcoal floor? Just the bones, just the dust and the draft. I'm forgetting the way that we used to laugh. In the bones of this house, the bones of this house. I'm staring at the coffee getting cold upon the table, trying to find the courage, but I'm just not feeling able to look across the kitchen and see you've already gone, while the ghost of your good morning lingers on and on. I'm memorizing stars and shadows where your pictures used to hang. Every silence hits me harder than the words we never sang. And it's a heavy kind of silence, a hollow kind of blue, knowing all that some days won't be happening with you. I'm holding on to echoes of the promises we made, watching every color that we painted start to fade. I've got a heart full of I'm sorry's and a head full of how, but it doesn't matter much because I can't love you now. There's a jacket on the armchair that still smells like your perfume. It's the only thing that's breathing in this suffocating room. I keep reaching for my phone just to tell you about my day, and I remember that I'm someone you had to push away. Funny how the clock keeps ticking like it doesn't even know that the world stopped spinning just a couple days ago. Knowing all that some days won't be happening with you. I'm holding on to echoes of the promises we made, watching every color that we painted start to fade. I got a heart full of I'm sorry and a head full of how, but it doesn't matter much because I can't love you now. There's no time is a healer, the time is just a thief, stealing every moment while I'm drowning in the grief. I trade 1,000 futures just to go back to the start, before me and you became two people poles apart. Somebody love you now. The porch light flickers like a dying breath on the quietest street in this town. I'm tracing the shadows of things we left when the walls started crumbling down. You're sitting right there, but you're miles away in a silence that's louder than words. There's a million things that scared they'll go unheard. 'Cause there's a lone star burning in your eyes tonight, cold and distant, a ghost of the light. We used to be a galaxy, fire in the dark. Now I'm just a drifter, looking for a spark. I reach for your hand, but I'm reaching too far. I'm losing my way to that one lonely scar. The radio's humming a melody that we danced to a lifetime ago. Now it just sounds like a tragedy in a language I no longer know. You've got your backpack in the back of your mind. I can see it in the way that you stare, leaving the best of our seasons behind, like you were never even there. Yeah, there's a lone star burning in your eyes tonight, cold and distant, a ghost of the light. We used to be a galaxy, a fire in the dark. Now I'm just a drifter, looking for a spark. I reach for your hand, but I'm reaching too far. I'm losing my way to that one lonely star. Is it a whisper, brand new start, or signal flare from a breaking heart? I walk through the vacuum, I breathe in the pain. If I thought I could make you stay. Unholy star in the space where we used to be. I'm watching it flicker, I'm watching it leave. Just a lone star in your eyes, in the porch light flickers. I built a house on a foundation of sand, with a set of keys and a wedding band. I painted the walls a shade of forever, and I promised the moon we'd face every weather. You were the anchor, you were the shore, the only thing I was living for. But the tide came in and the salt air bit, and I'm standing here haunting the ghost of our favorite song. I thought it was love, but it was just a fever. I was a dreamer and you were a liver. I mistook the spark for a permanent flame. Now I'm just a whisper of a forgotten name. I gave you the best and I gave you the all, just to find out I was headed for a nothing fall. Yeah, I thought it was love, but it was just the dark. I'm looking at pictures of us in the rain, and I can't find a trace of the common hand. We look so solid, we look so real, like a heavy-duty stainless steel. But you were already halfway out the door before I even hit the hardwood floor. How do you misread a heart for a stone? How do you end up this much alone? Was it a trick of the light, a slip of the mind, or was I just desperate for something to find? I held on so tight that I strangled the breath out of a feeling that was headed for death. I thought it was love, but it was just a fever. I was a dreamer and you were a liver. I mistook the spark for a permanent flame. Now I'm just a whisper of a forgotten name. I gave you the best and I gave you the all, just to find out I was headed for a nothing fall. Yeah, I thought it was love, but it was just a dark, just a mistake, just a heartache. I thought it was love, but I guess I was I'm standing in the kitchen, watching how you look at her, the way you're leaning closer, like the world is just a blur. I've memorized the gesture, the way you brush your hair. I used to be the reason for the light you're wearing there. Now I'm just a shadow sitting at the same old table, trying to be happy, but I'm just not that able. The laugh you're giving her is the one you used to save for the girl I was before I dug this lonely grave. I give up every old, I trade in every new. If I could just for one more second be her to you, to feel your eyes find mine across a crowded, noisy room, instead of being the ghost of a love that met its doom. It's a different kind of break and it's a different kind of blur to watch you love the world because you love it. I just want to be her. She's wearing that old sweater, the one I left behind. It looks so good on her and it's messing with my mind. Does she know the way you like your coffee in the morning, or that you're terrified of silence and the way your heart gets torn? I'm a stranger to the story that I helped you start to write. Now I'm just a monster? Is she everything I was? And does she make you feel the magic that a simple I love doesn't? I'm staring at the mirror, trying to find a trace. So why you found a better, a brand new face? I give up every always. I trade in every new. If I could just for one more second be hurting you, to feel your eyes find mine across the crowded noisy room, instead of being the ghost of a love that met its bloom. It's a different kind of breaking, it's a different kind of blood to watch you live the world, because you're loving I just wanna be her, the air you're taking home. Be her, instead of being alone. I'm watching the door, I'm watching I just wanna be I just wanna be I'm sitting in the kitchen where the light is turning gray, watching all the reasons that I had to leave just drift away. I try to fill the silence with a different kind of noise, with the ghosts of other people and the rattling of toys. But the static in the hallway and the shadows on the floor only lead me back to where I've stood 1,000 times before. I've tried to see a future where your name is just a word, but it's the only melody my heart has ever heard. It's only you, it's always been the same. I'm a moth that's getting weary of the flicker of your flame. I searched a dozen cities and I've looked in every crowd, but your memory is a thunder that's just getting way too loud. I'm a lock without a key, I'm a sky that's lost its blue, and every road I travel ends with it's only you. I went out to the movies just to lose myself a while, but I saw a stranger's profile that reminded me of your smile, and suddenly the dialogue was nothing but a blur, and I was reaching for the phantom of the person that you were. I'm drinking from a cup that's got a crack down the side, trying to find a place where a broken man can hide. Is there a medicine for always? Is there a cure for it? Or am I just a story that won't ever reach the end? I'm tired of the haunting, I'm tired of the ghosts, but you're the part of living that I'm missing the most. It's only you, it's always been the same. I left my keys on the wooden stand, and I left the phone in the charging bay. I didn't have a map or a master plan, I just had to get my heavy heart away. The screen door creaked like a dying breath as I stepped out into the cooling air. I was running from the ghost of a sudden death, of the us that isn't anywhere. The pavement's cold and the street lights hum. I'm counting the miles until I'm numb. I took a walk to see if I could find the version of me that you left behind. I wandered past the park in the corner store, but I don't know who I am anymore. My shadow's getting longer in the silver light, but I'm still a stranger to the coming night. Yeah, I cleared my head, but I broke my heart. I took a walk just to fall apart. I saw a couple on a porch nearby, and I had to look down at my dusty shoes, 'cause I remember when the limit was the sky, before I had a single thing to lose. I passed the bench where we carved our names. It's weathered now and the wood is gray, just like the flickering of the dying flames that we let the winter wash away. My legs are tired, but my mind won't rest. There's a leaden weight inside my chest. I thought the air would make it right, but I'm just a ghost in the middle of the night. I took a walk to see if I could find a version of me that you left behind. I wandered past the park in the corner store, but I don't know who I am anymore. My shadow's getting longer in the silver light, but I'm still a stranger to the coming night. Yeah, I cleared my head, but I broke my heart. I took a walk just to fall apart. 5 miles out, and I'm still not home. Every step is a leave me alone, standing on a bridge, looking at the dark. I took a walk and I lost the spark. The minibar is humming like a restless heart, and the neon sign outside is tearing the dark apart. I'm staring at the ceiling of room 402, where the air is recycled and nothing is true. The sheets are too crisp and the pillows too white. They don't hold the shape of our secrets. Tonight I got the TV on mute, just to see your face in this high-rise desert, this temporary place. I'm checking the door like I'm waiting for a knock, but it's just the mechanical ticks of the clock. I'm sleepless in a hotel, 1,000 miles from home, in a king-size bed where I'm dying alone. The carpet is patterned and the walls are a blur, and I'm reaching for a ghost where you used to occur. Every suitcase is a mountain I'm too tired to climb. I'm just a traveler running out of time. Yeah, the city's awake, but I'm lost in the gloom, sleepless in a hotel. I try to call you at midnight, then I put down the phone, because I miss your sounds different different when you're truly alone. I'm looking at the city lights from the 20th floor, wondering if you're sleeping or if you're pacing the floor. There's a Bible in the drawer that I'm afraid to read, and a do not disturb sign. That's the only thing I need, but the silence is screaming and the shadows are deep, and I've forgotten the rhythm of how to find sleep. Is there a version of us in a different town where the walls aren't closing and the rain isn't brown? I'm just a guest in a life that I don't recognize, with the salt of the ocean behind my tired eyes. I'm sleepless in a hotel room 1,000 miles from home, in a king-size bed where I'm lying alone. The carpet's patterned and the walls are a blur, and I'm reaching for a ghost where you used to occur. Every suitcase is a mountain I'm too tired to climb. I'm just a traveler running out of time. Yeah, the city's awake, but I'm lost in the gloom. Sleepless in a hotel. Sleepless in a hotel room. Jack out his headset, but I'm already gone. I'm just a shadow waiting for the dawn. Room service for one in a heart that's undone. Sleepless in a I finally took your picture off the bedside table, and I fixed the porch swing in the kitchen chair. I'm eating 3 meals and I'm sleeping steady. I even stopped looking for you everywhere. My friends all tell me that I look much healthier, that the color's coming back into my face. I filled up the silence with a new collection, and I'm finally finding my own kind of space. The fever broke, the shaking finally stopped, the heavy weight of us, it's finally dropped. Yeah, I got better, but I don't feel good. I'm doing all the things that a survivor should. The wound is closed, the scar is getting pale. I'm back on the tracks, I'm back on the rail, but there's a hollowness in being okay, like a black and white movie in the middle of the day. I'm mended and I'm moving, I'm weathered and I'm tough, but I got better, and it isn't enough. I don't wake up screaming in the middle of the night, and I don't reach for you when I turn out the light. I can say your name without my voice cracking. I can walk past our cafe without the heart attacking. I've learned how to function, I've learned how to breathe without the desperation pulling at my sleeve. I'm a miracle of science, a triumph of the will, but I'm standing on the top of a very lonely hill. Sometimes I miss the sickness, sometimes I miss the pain, because at least when I was breaking, I could feel the rain. Now I'm just a statue in a perfectly dry room, waiting for a flower that's never gonna bloom. Yeah, I got better, but I don't feel good. I'm doing all the things that a survivor should. The wound is closed, the scar is getting pale. got better. And if he's in enough, I'm standing in the pasture where the grass is turned to gold, with a coil of hemp and rope that's getting frayed and old. I used to think that I could catch the lightning in a jar, or keep the world from spinning just by wishing on a star. You were the sky I lived in, the limit of my sight, but you slipped through every loop I flew into the night. My arms are getting heavy and my heart is getting thin, trying to catch a ghost that the wind is blowing in. I tried to lasso the stars just to keep you on the ground. I tried to rope the silence just to hear a loving sound, but the universe is wider than a cowboy's simple dream, and I'm just a man drifting down a dry and dusty stream. I reached for the heavens, but I only caught the scars. I'm trying to lasso the stars. There's a constellation shifting right above the barn tonight, a jagged map used to be in a cold and silver light. I remember how you told me that some things are meant to stay, that the brightest lights are always the first to fade away. I'm still throwing out the lariat, I'm still aiming for the moon, but the winter's coming early and the sun is setting soon. Is there a night that holds a memory, a hitch that keeps a soul, or is the act of holding on just losing all control? The sky don't have a fence line, the clouds don't have a gate, and I'm just a fool standing at the mercy of my fate. I tried to lasso the stars just to keep you on the ground. I tried to rope the silence just to hear a loving sound, but the universe is wider than a cowboy's simple dream, and I'm just a man drifting down a dry and dusty stream. I reached for the heavens, but I'd only call the stars. I'm trying to lasso the stars. They're open on the night now. My hands are rolling red. I'm looking at the empty space where you used to lay your head. Let them shine, let them know. I'm just a man down here below. I saw the stars. Standing in the pasture, I'm standing in the pasture. I'm sitting on a porch swing where the paint is starting to peel, trying to find a way to handle the way this silence feels. The garden that we planted is choked with weeds and thorns, just a graveyard of the promises we made on Sunday mornings. I got a bottle in my left hand and a memory in my right, and I'm bracing for the heavy of another Saturday night. One is for the numbness, one is for the grace, and both of them are ghosts of the smile upon your face. These whiskey and wildflowers, a bitter tangled mess, the sting of the glass and the scent of your summer dress. Oh, I'm pouring out the sorrow just to watch the garden grow on the grave of a forever that I had to let go. It's a burning in my throat and a wilting in the sun. Yeah, whiskey with wildflowers, when the loving is all done. I remember how you kicked 'em by the old rusty gate before the wall got heavy and the hour got too late. Now I'm pressing dried up pebbles in the pages of a book, afraid to turn the cover and give 'em one last love. The amber liquids swirling like a storm inside the glass, watching every sorrow and every memory pass. One tastes like the solid, the other smells like stay, but neither one can bring back the light of yesterday. I'm drowning in the beauty of the things that had to die underneath the hollow of this wide and empty sky. It's whiskey and wildflowers, a bitter tangled mess, the sting of the glass and the scent of your summer dress. I'm pouring out the sorrow just to watch the garden grow on the grave of a forever that I had to let go. It's a burning in my throat and a wilting in the sun. Yeah, whiskey and wildflowers, when the loving is all done. Take 'em down, pick 'em up, the bottom of the bottom and an empty cup. The flowers are dying and I'm still here. Whiskey and wildflowers and a million salty tears. The Joshua trees are reaching up like jagged broken bone, and I'm sitting on the porch swing, just a shadow on my own. The heat is finally breaking, leaving ghosts in every grain of the sand has been forgotten by the mercy of the rain. I used to see the silhouette against the canyon rim, but the outlines of the always are getting awfully dim. I'm looking for a signal in the static of the stars, trying to find a healer for these high desert scars. The coyotes calling lonely from the mesa in the dark, and I'm just a dying ember looking for a till our forever starts to crumble and decay. I'm drinking lukewarm water from a glass that's full of dust, trying to find a rhythm and a love to turn to rust. Silence is a predator, it's circling the yard and living in the afters, getting awfully hot. Is there a light in Albuquerque? Is there a fire in San Fe? Or are you just as lonely on that long and lonesome way? I'm sending out a prayer to the thin and freezing air, but the heavens are as empty as the space where you were there. Underneath the high desert moon, I'm a hollow set of eyes, staring at the silver in the wide and open skies. It's a cold and lonely weekend for a love that's gone to ground, in a land where the only thing that's heavy is the sound of the wind across the sagebrush and the heart that's out of tune. I'm just waiting for the morning under the high. The moon is going down and the world is turning cold. Yeah, it's a story of a desert that'll never be retold. Desert moon, the sign of the ruins. I'm standing in the clearing where the grass is getting tall, watching shadows stretch across the empty stable wall. The gate is hanging open, swinging heavy in the wind, like a chapter of a story that I never thought would end. I heard the gravel crunching by the old oak tree last night, but it was just the ghost of us escaping from the light. You didn't leave a letter and you didn't leave a trace, just a hollow kind of silence in this godforsaken place. I used to think that wild was just a word for being free, until you took that freedom and you ran away from me. So go ahead and ride, let the dust start to rise between the bitter truth and all those pretty blue-eyed lies. I hope the trail is easy and the stars lead where you've gone, since you traded in my heart for cold and lonely dawn. I'm left here with the saddle and a house that's halfway gone, cursing the memory and the horse you rode in on. There's a single silver horseshoe nailed above the kitchen door, but it ain't bringing any luck to this house anymore. I remember how you'd whistle when the sun began to set, a melody of always that I haven't finished yet. Now the fields are looking lonesome and the creek is running dry, and I'm asking every sunset for a reason, oh why. But the only answer coming is the rhythm of the hooves, beating out the rhythm of a man with much to lose. They say you falling scar. But I didn't think you'd take the us and drive it quite this far. I'm burning every memory, tearing down the stores, trying to stop the echo of your name against these walls. So go ahead and ride, let the dust stop to rise. That's when the bitter truth that all those pretty blue-eyed lies. I hope the trail is easy and the stars be where you go. Since you traded my heart for a cold and lonely dawn, left you with the sound of a house that's halfway gone. Cursing the memory and the horse you rode in on. Not away, don't you look back. Leave me in the middle of this cold and lonely track. The dust is settling down and the sky is turning black. Damn, settle in a horse you rode in on. The exit by the old stone bridge, the one we used to cross when we were kids. I'm driving 20 under just to feel the vibration of a road that doesn't lead to a destination. My GPS is begging me to make a U-turn, but there are lessons in the miles that I still need to learn. The radio is playing that song you used to hate, and I'm singing every word, just a little too late. The shortest distance is a straight cold line, but I'm looking for the pieces that I left behind. I'm taking a long way home tonight, avoiding every street lamp and every porch light, because the house is too quiet and the bed is too wide, and there's nowhere for a broken man to go and hide. I'm chasing a ghost through the gravel and the dust, trying to remember how to live without the us. Yeah, I'm wandering the dark all alone, taking the long way home. Past the diner where we had our first fight. The windows were dark in the middle of the night. I almost pulled over just to sit in the light, to see if I could find the spark that we forgot. But the engine kept humming and the tires kept spinning, and I realized that losing is a different kind of winning. If it means I get to keep the memory of your face, before we let it always turn into a trace. Every turn is a memory, every mile is a scar. I'm wondering how we ever traveled this far, just to end up on different sides of the town, with the windows rolled up and the spirits turned down. I'm taking a long way home tonight, avoiding every street lamp and every porch light, because the house is too quiet and the bed is too wide, and there's nowhere for a broken find the exit from the places that we've been. I thought I knew what empty felt like back before the flood, but now I'm tasting salt and copper, and it's thicker than the blood. I see a ghost in every doorway, I hear you in the rain, and every time I close my eyes I'm boarded on that train. They say that time is healing, that the edges start to blur, but I'm still drowning in the words and reaching for the her. I'm missing you in the worst way, in the worst way possible. Like a mountain that's too high, or a wall that's unstoppable. It's a physical ache, it's a hole in my chest. It's the kind of a scream that won't let me rest. I'm losing my grip, I'm losing the day, I'm breaking apart in the worst way. Oh no, yeah. I went to our old diner just to see if I could stand the sight of someone else's shadow where you used to lay your hand. But the coffee tasted bitter and the air was getting thin, and I realized I'm a stranger in the skin I'm living in. I'm checking for a message that I know you'll never send, just a fool who's still addicted to a love that had to end. It's not a quiet lonely, it's a violent kind of cold. It's the story of a lifetime that'll never be retold. I'm begging for a blackout, or a memory to erase, 'cause I can't live a minute with the haunting of your face. I'm missing you in the worst way, in the worst way possible. Like a mountain that's too high, oh, all that's unstoppable. It's a physical ache, it's a hole in my chest. It's the kind of a scream that won't let me rest. I'm losing my grip, I'm losing the day, I'm breaking apart in the worst way. Yeah, the worst way. Down on my knees, begging the wind, bring her back please. But the silence is heavy, and the damage is done. I'm missing you in the worst way. It starts out like a summer morning, golden and so still. A promise made in whispers on a quiet, grassy hill. It's the way your hand fit perfectly inside of mine, like a puzzle piece that waited for a lifetime to align. And I thought I'd finally found the secret, the reason for the breath. Love so deep it surely could outrun the shadow of death. But the season always changes, and the leaves begin to brown, and the higher that you're flying, it's a longer way back there. Life gives you love just to show you what you miss. It leads you to drop you in the abyss. It fills up every corner of a cold and empty room. Then it sweeps it all away and leaves a hollow kind of gloom. It's a crude and beautiful lesson, a story rarely told, that life gives you love just to watch it turn to gold, and then watch it turn to dust. Now I'm walking through the grocery store and seeing your brand of tea, yeah. And it hits me like a physical weight, the ghost of you and me, yeah. If I never knew the warmth of you, I wouldn't feel this chill. I wouldn't know the silence of a heart that's standing still. They say it's better to have lost than never loved at all, but they never felt the impact of a forever kind of fall. Is it a gift or is it a debt? Is it a blessing or just a regret? To hold the world inside your arms for a fleeting stolen day, only to stand and watch as the universe takes it away. Like this your love just to show you what you miss. It leads you to the mountain just to drop you in the abyss. It fills up every corner of a cold and empty room. Then it sweeps it all away and leaves a hollow kind of gloom. It's a cruel and beautiful lesson, a story rarely told, that life gives you what it loves, just to watch it turn to gold, and then watch it turn to dust. Yeah, it gives you love, it lets you taste the wine, it lets you think for a second that everything is fine. Then it takes the light and leave you with the night. Light gives you love just to take it back. I'm 5 miles past the city limits, staring at the lines. The yellow paint is blurring like 1,000 warning signs. My hand is on the shifter, but my heart is on the floor, looking at the passenger seat where you don't sit no more. I told myself that leaving was the only way to breathe, but the further that I get, the more I can't believe I'm running from the only soul that ever truly knew what it's like to love a man as broken bound as you. The radio is static, but your voice is in my head, repeating every bitter thing that I should have never said. I'm 1 foot on the gas, 1 foot on the edge, trying to find a reason not to drive off of this ledge. The rearview mirror showing me a coward in the dark, leaving all the beauty for a cold and lonely spark. I could keep on driving till the road runs out of brown, or I could turn this truck around. Yeah, I could turn this truck around. There's a gas station at the exit, a neon humming blue. I almost pulled the wheel just to call and talk to you. I bet you're in the kitchen or staring at the gate, wondering if the sorry is gonna come a day too late. The coffee in the cup holder is bitter and it's black, just like the pride that's stopping me from ever heading back. But there's a U-turn up ahead, a chance to change the end before I lose my lover and my soft. I'm fighting with the engine, I'm fighting with my soul, trying to take the steering wheel and find some damn control. Down, one foot on the gas, one foot on the edge, trying to find a reason not to drive off Urge's ledge. The rearview mirror showing me a coward in the dark, leaving all the beauty for a cold and lonely spot. I could keep on driving till the road runs out of ground. Oh no, I could turn this truck around. Yeah, I could turn this truck around. The tires are screaming on the pavement. The headlights are poignant back home. Coming for you, baby. I'm tired of being alone. I'm turning this truck I'm standing in the kitchen watching shadows hit the wall, counting every picture that you took down from the hall. The keys are on the counter, but they're looking out of place, like they don't recognize the tears running down my face. The car is idling outside, I can hear the exhaust hum, and I'm paralyzed by everything that we've become. I got 1,000 reasons stuck behind my teeth, but I'm choking on the state that's hiding underneath. There's no need for leaving, there's no need for the door. We could find the people that we used to be before. The world is cold enough without this distance in the room. We could plant a garden where we're digging out a tomb. If you just put the suitcase down and look me in the eye, you'd see a million miles of hello and this goodbye. Yeah, there's no need for leaving if you just let us try. I know I let the fire go, I know I let it freeze, I know I spent too many nights just living as I please. But I can change the weather, I can bring the summer back, I can bridge the canyon and I can fill every crack. Is the gone already settled in the marrow of your bones, or is there still a heartbeat in this house of heavy stones? Don't tell me that it's over, don't tell me that we're through, because there isn't any version of me without a you. I'll be the anchor, I'll be the shore, I'll be the light. Just don't go chasing taillights in the middle of the night. There's no need for leaving, there's no need for the door. We could find the people that we used to be before. The world is cold enough without this distance in the room. We could plant a garden where we're digging out a tomb. And you just put the suitcase down and look me in the eye, you'd see a million miles of hello and this goodbye. Yeah, there's no need for leaving, and if you just let us try. No need for leaving, but I hear the gravel crunch, I feel the engine coming, like a physical punch. The porch light's still on, but you're already gone. No need for leaving, but you did it anyway. its labor. The boots are by the door. I'm staring at the shadows dancing on the wooden floor. I spent a lifetime leaning on the wind and on the rain, but there ain't a canyon deep enough to hold this kind of pain. The whiskey's sitting quiet in a glass that's halfway dry, and for the first time in a decade, there's a stinging in my eye. I'm used to broken fences and a horse that's hard to break, but I don't know how to handle the way my spirit starts to shake. When a cowboy prays, it's a lonesome kind of sound. It's a call for mercy from a man who's lost his ground. I'm not asking for the rain to fall or for the sun to shine. I'm just begging for the strength to leave your memory behind. I've lived my life in silence, keeping all the hurt inside, but tonight I'm on my knees with nowhere left to ride. Yeah, the heavens feel 1,000 miles away when a cowboy prays. I remember how you looked beneath that Texas summer moon. I thought I'd have forever, but it ended way too soon. Now the plays are getting wider and the campfires burning low, and I'm talking to a God I haven't spoken to in years, you know. I trade the wide open range and every sunset I've ever seen, just to wake up to the quiet of you sleeping next to me. They say a man is measured by the birds